Hi, everybody. How are you doing today? It's Wednesday, and it's time to fight in an all-new way. I'm going to be getting some time in here with this thing, which I plugged in and now is a little more difficult to lift up. But this bad boy that I picked up from China. I got these Chinese fight sticks, man. They ain't got no sticks, though. Yeah. This is running an open source firmware. Theoretically, you could build your own one of these. I know a lot of people like to do that. This thing I find to be nice and low profile and incredibly well made, and I don't know what to do. I wouldn't know the first thing about building one of these, but this is the Cosmo X. They've rebranded, but the Haute42 Haute42.com is where you can go for more details on this thing. This is their M16 Plus. Plus, making it bigger than the non-plus variants in their line, and the 16 meaning it's got 16 buttons. They also sell a variant that has 12 buttons, which means it doesn't have that one, or that one. I could go for a 13 that had this one, but maybe not the other three. That would be cool. As I said on the podcast, I'm finding this thing to be really fascinating. I finally kind of took the plunge and bought this during Evo. And you know, when Evo comes around, I always go and look at fight sticks and think maybe it's time for me to get a new fight stick. And then you always look, and all the weird ones are always out of stock by the time you get to grand finals of Evo. People have been buying shit all weekend, and you go look at all this stuff and go like, oh well, whatever. And I was interested in Razer's one of these. Razer made one, and they've been talking about it for over a year. I touched one of them last year at Summer Game Fest. Razer's PR person was walking around with one in his backpack, and I wasn't hooked up to anything, but I was like, oh, and have just been fascinated by the concept for a while, but Razer is, asking $300 for these things, and I'm sure it's very nice, unless you have to run the Razer Synapse software in order to get it to work, in which case maybe that's not nice. I don't know. But this I was able to get shipped in from China in about 3 or 4 days. For about $130, 120, 130, somewhere in that range. And that was, at the time, when I pushed all the buttons to make it come, I was like, yes. That seemed like a good impulse purchase compared to how expensive a lot of these other devices are. So figured that would be like a good entry level sort of thing, and then maybe I would upgrade to a better thing later. But like, I don't know. I really like the way this feels. So I'm not really sure. Yeah, I don't know what those other devices would offer that would make it necessarily better than this. But I'm sure there's something. But this is, I don't know. I like this a lot because, like I said, it is running an open source firmware, and so that firmware is getting updates, and they're doing their thing as time goes on to kind of make these things cooler, and I think that's rad. I don't know, a weird open source firmware fight stick thing, which the firmware can be used for more than just this device. It's the GP 2040 CE project is pretty neat as well. So I don't know. I figured I got to get some time in. I need to spend some time playing some fighting games, and so I thought that maybe it would be fun to play some of those. Also, good news in the chat asks, does it have the PS5 pass-through? Yes. So I don't have the dongle for it, but it does have another USB port here that you can plug in. There's a few. You could plug in a PS4 or I believe a PS5 controller and then that would trick a PlayStation into thinking that this is a real licensed device, and that would then work, which is crazy and awesome. You can also, I didn't buy one, but I may buy one. You can buy a dongle, just a tiny little USB nub that'll plug into there that'll make PS4 and PS5 work, and that's like $30, and that might be worth it. You can also extract the encryption keys from a PlayStation 4 controller, which sounds like the type of weird fun where I'm gonna eventually have to do that, just for kicks, if nothing else. Extract some digits out of my controllers to then embed them into this device so that it'll work that way. But I don't, whatever. I'm sure, like, yeah, maybe I will eventually. Maybe I will eventually want to use this on a console, but at this point, I feel like I'm playing most fighting games on PC, so I it hasn't really been a necessity, I guess. The idea of a fight stick on a PS5, but not everything comes to PC, and vice versa. So it's nice to have the option either way. Anyway, why don't we do some, we'll start setting up here in a few minutes here. I have to go grab a drink out of the freezer because it's in there getting cold. I could probably crop this a little better. My mouse is acting up. It does not like to, like when I have to click and drag and click something down, it does not like to stay that way. It is, I don't know if I have to clean it or what I need to do, but like it is, I'm going to take this mouse and fucking throw it in the goddamn garbage. Okay, so when I first got this, I thought it was going to be these 6 buttons on the outside edge, but it is the inside 6, which means my index finger will hit this button a little more than normal, which is why I was saying, the 16 button maybe is a bit of overkill, so you might have to tent your fingers. Instead, what I did, I made it so this button does absolutely nothing. I think by default it was mapped to like R3 or something like that. Which wouldn't really cause a problem in most fighting games, I don't think. So, okay. Let's try some Tekken. I have been finding it to be really interesting with Tekken 8. Does it work well with the Mister? It should. Yeah, my understanding is that it plugs in and maps just fine. Okay. Do I play anyone other than Paul? I don't know. Sure. Do I know a little something with most of the characters that have been in the first 3 Tekken games? Yes. Would I say I'm like a good Bayek player? No, probably not. Sometimes this stuff is a little weird to navigate. So I got, this is right bumper and this is left bumper, so they're like backwards. But like, I don't, the Tekken 8, I think this menu in Tekken 8 is just fucking weird anyway. Yeah, rhythm games. I've definitely seen people say that they want to play rhythm games with this thing, and I think that makes a ton of sense. Okay. Well, maybe I'll just play like arcade battle a little bit here just to warm up. I like that fart noise it makes before the music starts. Oh, let's see.
Get ready for the next battle.
Fireball motion with a leverless has to be strange? No, because it's just two buttons. It's just bop. It's just down forward bop. Like you're rolling, you know? It's like a rolling macro. Just like that's kind of the thing that makes it. That's the thing that makes it cool. Even 360s are you know like 4 buttons. Just like 720s. So I'll tell you this. 720 motions, like doing some Zangief business. I don't know how to do those without jumping, even with a joystick or a pad. So I can do them here just fine. But I have to jump in to do it. I don't know what you need to do. But that's with any controller. Part of why I don't play Zangief. Yeah, okay, yeah, if you just buffer them in a normal, then yeah, because doing a 720, we'll play some Tekken for a while, and then we'll go do some Street Fighter 6, and maybe I'll just hop into training mode, because I played some Zangief for a little bit in training mode, just because I figured that would be the weirdest thing that game would ask me to do control-wise. And I didn't have too much trouble doing it, at least in terms of the motions, because it's 4 buttons, right? So it's just like and then the punch.
Round 1.
And so I didn't have too much trouble with it. And so I'm really liking it with Tekken so far, just because I feel so much more skittery being able to just like hit these buttons. Like being able to just like go left, because this is left over here, this is right over here, this is down, and then here is up. And then I have a backup up here in a more sensible location that I'm trying not to use because you have to move a finger to do it. The thing that I'm finding that makes me like this concept of the all buttons stick is that you kind of never have to move a finger to a different location. Like especially on your D-pad over here where everything is just here all the time. And with the punches and kicks, obviously, with the kind of the 6 buttons here, I'm kind of you are moving a little bit there, but not so much. I'm kind of keeping my fingers in the middle here.
Get ready for the
for Tekken, since it's mostly a 4-button game, I'm not. These buttons are actually pretty quiet. They're a little clicky, but they don't have like a physical click to them. It's a smooth motion. Oh, my drink is done cooling in the freezer.
Przed moim kolejnym spotkaniem.
Round 1. Fight.
So working in that up is and remembering that up is on your thumb is sort of the weird thing here. I can do that too. Just sitting on this lady. All right, I'm gonna yeah, exactly. It's like spacebar to jump. It is the basic concept here. I'm gonna go grab that drink out of the freezer. It's making this noise. I don't know where the speaker on this phone is. Well, whatever. The microphone was not picking it up. I'm gonna go get that drink. I'll be right back. Okay. Is there any reason you couldn't achieve the same goal by remapping keyboard keys? Sure. Yeah, absolutely. If that works for you, I think do it, man. Keyboards have different throw distances on the buttons and different actuators and all of that. And that stuff's actually coming along. There are a couple of companies doing weird things with inputs on keyboards that are similar to the sort of things that you would get out of this. And I watched a video of how like Counter-Strike 2 on those keyboards is really fucking nuts because it's like simplifying a thing that was skill-based for decades. It's making it much easier to do because of the way that the keyboard processes inputs. When you're trying to like skitter back and forth, yes, null binds or whatever it is. And it's like the hardware is getting better. And so right now, because not everyone is doing it, there's some discussion in these situations about like, is this cheating or is this, you know, like what the hell's going on here? Is this okay? And I think at the end of the day, eventually the hardware will just move forward and everyone will just go, okay, this is fine now. And you'll get to a point where anyone wanting to play the game seriously will, you know, enough devices like that will be available, enough keyboards will be like that all over the place that it probably won't be a thing anymore. We'll see. Oops. The other thing I'll say is I feel like with buttons here, there's nothing ambiguous about your diagonal inputs. You know, on a joystick, you're like, did I hit up and right, or did I accidentally go a little too far right? Did I accidentally go a little too far up, or, you know, or whatever. Here it's you either hit the button or you didn't. And so, like, even with Halrang here, doing these jumps, doing this just little like tap up and up forward to get his little jumpy kick combo going. Darby Allin, what the fuck? I feel better and more precise in Tekken with it so far. I feel like and so I think the thing I'm finding, at least in these early hours with this, is that I'm really thinking more about my inputs and being a little bit more thoughtful. You know, I'm thinking more about what I'm doing. You know, there's a lot of muscle memory built up from a lot of decades of playing these fucking games, and a lot of bad habits came with that. And I'm still mashing, like, you know, I'm not super precise with the inputs. I'm not, you know, I can't sit here and tell you I know what every fucking kick he's going to do is. I know back end this button is going to do that launcher, and it's fun. And then on that launcher, I can kick her some more, and that's a good time. And that's been a good time for decades. When I think about the things I like about Tekken, it's fucking Hwoarang kicking someone in the air, and then you following up on their way down. It's his little fucking, was it hunting hawk? This thing. Well, I'm not gonna land it at this point because of course. That. It's the way Brian Fury laughs when you do that grab. That little down forward rising, like, like these are the good things about Tekken.
Ready for the next battle.
Paul's hair. The important shit. That's what I like about Tekken.
Round one. Fight.
Ugh. Ugh. Let's see if this works. Let's mash this button and see if it gets us out of jail. Not quite enough, right? Oh, okay.
Round two. Fight.
Oh boy. So yeah, I don't know. I'm like I said on the podcast yesterday, there's just a certain amount of like, I don't know, like you feel, I feel more connected to the game, and some of that's going to require time and see if that stays true. But oh boy. But it's that feeling of just like ever so slightly less movement. And your fingers always being where they need to be. And so, like I said, that creates a certain amount of connection. That I don't have with a gamepad or with a fight stick. I don't know. I used to play a lot of, well, like the weird bootleg port of Street Fighter 2 that I talked about in the Jeff Gerstmann Hall of Fame. Had to play that with a keyboard. Yeah, movement and stuff just, yes, crisp. There's a crispness to the motion that you kind of just don't get Or I have not. Maybe maybe there are sticks I'd feel better about. Yeah, Sango Fighter, another big keyboard game. I had to get pretty decent at like Mortal Kombat on a keyboard because those PC ports. Like hooking 2 game pads to one PC was not an easy task back in the 90s. I have not tried playing a platformer with it yet, but maybe we'll mess around with some other stuff today. Oh, geez, he's hitting me with the stuff. Tetris, yeah, Tetris would make a lot of sense as being good with this. Asteroids, when it came out in arcades, that was all buttons. That had no joystick on it. Let's retry this one more time. Oops. Oops.
Round 2. Fight.
Oh. One must fall. Yeah, I mean, that, yes, I'm pretty sure I have a copy of Open OMF on my desktop still. I've seen some people say that this is good for the wrists or something. I don't know. I have not had, I've been lucky to not have a ton of wrist trouble. But I could see that. I don't know.
Game over.
But yeah, in terms of just diagonal inputs and stuff like that, I'm finding it to be fine. And some of that maybe end up being game specific, right? Where you got like some games want the diagonals a little more firmly than others or whatever. But
Get ready for the next battle.
Paul kind of reminds me of Hangman Adam Page a little bit. These days. I don't know. So, it just becomes a bop. And I've had a couple of cases where I've held it too long and accidentally gotten like that instead. But I think the biggest thing I need to get used to is having the jump button down here, or I guess the sidestep down here on my thumb, and so having it be like left, down, right, jump. That's something that looking at the sticks and with looking at one of these without having used it. That was the thing I was looking at and going like, that seems fucking impossible. But then thinking about it as like, it's like It's like using ASD space instead of WASD. And it's also why I chose the 16 button variant is because of this button up here. And now I feel like I'm cheating. Like I'm trying to like not use this as up, even though it's there. And I think for some games, so the thing I was thinking is, you know, so this has a keyboard mode. You can launch this in X input, D input, like Nintendo Switch. Like there's a bunch of different modes, and you know what button you hold when you're plugging it in you can automatically determine that way without having to go into the configuration and make changes there. You know, in keyboard mode, what, you know, you could use this to, like, what if you use this as WASD and space down here? Because you can map these keys, you know, you can map these things kind of however you want. Like, what if instead of using a keyboard for a game, you were using this, your left hand over here, and then mouse? And then you could map some of these buttons to whether, you know, if you needed a grenade button or, you know, whatever, like a weapon switch button. But like between this and all the buttons on a mouse, would that be cool? Or would that be fucking stupid? I don't know. I don't know if that would be awesome or not. Missing shift would be big. Yeah, yeah. Well, so there's two buttons down here. You could put run here and jump here, I guess. If you needed shift, like that's not the smoothest transition on the thumb here. But I guess that'd be one of those things, like, because this is an open source firmware and you could just make your own fucking devices, you could make, you know, well, whatever. You could just make one that the button is just further over or in a different position if you wanted to make something that was specific. That was specific for, you know, like PC shooters or whatever else. Could it be used as a soundboard? So, I mean, because it's a joystick, if you can make a soundboard that can be triggered by a joystick or you know, what, I guess keyboard, if you really wanted to go that route, yes, you could use this as a soundboard. You know, they're just buttons at the end of the day. How would Trackmania feel on this? If you're one of the weirdos that uses a keyboard for Trackmania, it feels like this is like this would be really well built for your needs. I use an analog controller for Trackmania. I like to play it that way. But I'll say, like, I expected to get this and be like, what the fuck is going on? How do I do this? I expected to be really lost. I expected to spend months and months going like, you know, that it would really take a lot of dedication and that I would be bummed out by this purchase. Like, I bought this thinking, I'm being a fool here, but I really want to try one out. But, like, I was able to, like, I was doing dragon punches and shit in the first 5 minutes. It wasn't really that hard to make it happen, which was the biggest surprise for me of all, because I figured like, oh, this is so different, it's gonna be fucked, it's, you know, but like, because I don't know, like maybe it's a factor of like I also played a lot of shooters and using WASD and all that stuff. Like I'm used to using these specific fingers for this type of movement in other games. And so maybe that's part of it. But I don't know. Like that would be interesting. I would be interested in hearing from someone who just straight up didn't play PC games on a mouse and keyboard. Like if they had a harder time transitioning from joystick to leverless, or if it all translated. Because it's not like I'm not perfect on it. I'm not saying I'm as good as I was on a fight stick like day one or anything like that. But it doesn't feel that far off. And so far, I feel like the benefits of like, this is stuff I don't think I'd be able to do on a gamepad or a fight stick. Like just this, and not that you necessarily need to do this. You don't need to be this skittery, but I like it. I like that I can fucking move all weird now. How much better do the buttons feel compared to a gaming keyboard? So these buttons are very smooth. There's no click at the end or anything like that. It's a very I'm not good on like the like keyboard switch feel conversations. Like these are Cherry MX. What like I'm fucking just not that guy. But they are smooth. It's a good. It's a very short throw on the button. They're not like big long pushes. And the feel of the buttons is nice. What brand and model? So this is the M16 Plus, made by a company called Haute42, HAUTE 42.com is their website. Normally, I'm not a big like fucking give the website, kind of like. But I've been having a lot of fun with this thing. Yes, it's a Model M, and then the plus means it's bigger. 12 and 16 are the number of buttons. So they make an M12, and there's an M12 Plus. So I think the M16 without the plus is just a much smaller device. But yes, is it a zero regrets purchase? Absolutely. Like I'm super fucking fascinated about it. The only thing I don't like, what don't I like about it? I think it's like, some of these buttons could be labeled, and I get it. Like on some level, you can remap anything to anything, but like it was a matter of like it came with poorly written paper manual that's like, okay, so this is start, this is back, this is like your menu or home button, and then over here is like a turbo and macro and some other stuff like that. The other thing is I had to change, and because the firmware is open source and supports a lot of different devices, this little layout here, you probably can't really see it. Maybe I can just quickly. Oh, this mouse. It is really not wanting me to resize this this camera. So the readout here was initially for a 12 button, but you can go into the firmware and change it and change it to a 16. I think whether you need the plus or not probably comes down to the size of your hands. Okay, now we need to figure out how to make this smaller again. Oh, this mouse is like, it's not like when I click drag anything, the mouse clicks are not holding. And so it just lets up really easily because the button is fucked or something. Too much click holding, probably. Is it a Logitech? Of course it is. Of course it is. It's having problems. It must be a Logitech. Yeah, I don't know if the switch is worn out or if it's just dirt. Last time this was happening, I cleaned the mouse and it worked better. I just haven't had time. Anyway. But just double taps, like the kind of the types of inputs that Tekken expects from you. This controller feels very well suited to that type of stuff, and I'm just feeling a level of precision here that I don't always get on a gamepad. I feel like on a gamepad playing Tekken, I'm mashing it out even more. You like a Corsair mouse? Yeah, I don't know. I don't have any particular mouse preference, I guess. Just I'm looking for like I'm trying to think what drew me to this Logitech initially. It was probably like the polling rate or something. Have I looked into other layouts? Not really. This seemed like kind of the mostly standard layout, and I figured I would just start there. Like, yeah. Anyway, Street Fighter is also a fighting game. Yeah, 8,000 hertz polling rate. Yeah, I mean, if you're not getting 8,000 hertz on your desktop, what are you doing? I don't even play games with a mouse and keyboard. You know? That's mostly true. Like, you know, there are certainly RTS games. Like, I just installed Stormgate because that's out now. And, you know, I'll certainly play that with a mouse. But, I pretty much play everything with the exception of shooters that feel like Quake or Unreal and are specifically going for that vibe because that just feels right to play with, you know, mouse and keyboard. I'm pretty much playing everything with a controller these days.
Street Fighter 6.
You find charge commands to be tricky on one of these? Yeah, I don't know that I have not played a charge character on it yet, so maybe I'll give it a go. Yeah, yes, Minecraft with a controller actually is weird. Now that you mention it, Phil Mosh mentions that. Yes, that is. Yes, I also need to play Minecraft with a mouse and keyboard just because of managing the inventory and all of that. So. Let's just go into training. We were talking about Zangief. Zangief.
Training room. All right, I'm running.
Oh, let me move the... Move that, and then take a look at the colors here. Because that way you can see the bottom of the inputs there, because it'll tell you when you did something successfully. So it really just becomes a matter of just going, you know, Yeah, this to me this almost does seem a little bit easier, but to do a 720, yeah, you either have to buffer in a normal, which I'm not enough of a Zangief player to know how to do that, but is it two punches? Is that what I'm doing wrong here?
I am almighty. Time to get serious. This is your last ride. Let's go. You're a great test dummy. Time to get serious. This is your last ride. Let's go. You're a great test dummy. Time to get serious.
Yeah, so yeah, I don't know. I've not had any more trouble with 720s than I do everywhere else. So yeah, standing 720, I don't know how to do it. You know? Oops. I guess if I'm walking forward, I just need to hit the other three and then go, right? Oh. So I guess, yeah, that's the thing. If you go too fast, you're gonna not, yeah, you're gonna get it some of the time, but there is sort of a, so there kind of becomes a rhythm to it. You have to cleanly hit each cardinal direction, so that's like... Okay. So you have to make sure you're letting up. That is sort of the secret to the weird kind of Dragon Punch shortcut thing.
Always on my side.
I just want to have some fun. This almost feels bad. This almost feels wrong. So you can do forward, down, forward, and kind of go bop, 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 like that. Or if you're holding forward, you can just tap down and then a punch button. The key is that you have to come up off of that down input before you hit the button. If you do it a little too fast, you won't get it. So it's just bop, bop. Down, forward, forward, you think works too? Yeah. Hold down. Oh, yeah, yeah. So if you're crouching, you can just double tap forward. Huh. Huh. So this is the stuff that I think will break me. This is the stuff that actually seems kind of weird. And I know Street Fighter 6 just has some kind of shortcutty stuff in it, right? Because the idea of this, they didn't build this for this type of controller, right? It's more like, hey, a lot of players aren't as precise as they need to be, and so we've added some ways to kind of fudge these moves in for people that are not hitting it cleanly. Like we know what you were trying to do, and so the game kind of just like smooths it out for you and goes, yeah, whatever, we know what you were trying to do. And so having access to the controls this way, you kind of get to think about that a little more directly. Whereas I guess like even on joysticks, people were like, oh, if you just go down forward twice, bop bop bop, in which you can do that here too. But the idea of, yeah, okay, so tapping forward twice, man. So that like I said, that's what will break me, is this idea of like, oh, dude, now there are 3 different ways for you to do a dragon punch, and depending on what you're doing, the input, like the optimal input, is slightly different, and that's fucking crazy. So like, oh, if I'm crouching and I want to do one, then I need to double tap forward. But if I'm walking forward or just standing, then I want to do this. Oops. Wait, okay, why are we not getting it now? Do I have to be walking forward for a while, or can I just go boom, boom? Yeah, okay, I can... Or I guess I could even do, if I was crouching, I could do... If I was holding down forward, I can just let off of forward and then press it again, and then do it. Which is diabolical. And so far, you know, for me, as far as the most like physical weak link is that the ring finger on my left hand is not as strong as my other fingers. And so when I am on the right side, I'm not as good now. Hold down forward, tap left, and what the fuck? That's fucking ridiculous. So I can, if I hold down forward and then tap back and punch, that'll also get you the goddamn dragon. Jesus Christ. These games are broken. Oh, that makes sense, because what that's doing, so because of the way it cleans inputs, when I hit this left, it doesn't push left. Instead, it turns off right. And so this means I'm just holding down. When I hit all 3, it only registers down because of the way the controller cleans the inputs. That's fucking fucked, dude. Oh my god. This is fucking crazy. Because they can't have you going and pressing left and right at the same time. That's unintended inputs that, you know, a game would not allow for under normal circumstances, and who knows how it would react. But yes, that does, yes, it creates situations where, you know, and so this is actually some of the stuff around, if I remember correctly, around the Counter-Strike 2 stuff of like the people like getting their dashes by, instead of double tapping a button, holding down a button and then using the other inputs to nullify that first input. And so, yeah, the Counter-Strike community is going to have to figure that out, whether they're ready to just embrace that. Because that's a strategy that people use that takes skill. That basically these newer keyboards are taking the skill part out of it and letting you kind of do that thing the right way every single time. And like I said, I my guess is that they'll just go like, whatever, like, we're going to allow that, and you should all buy new keyboards. I just like to break the guys' necks. Is Luke cool? No. I will say I'm, you know, not always just going to the left here. I am, like, some of my double fireballs are not as reliable as I would like them to be. Yeah, that's crazy. So yeah, I can just hold down forward, double tap the other button. Man, man. So I don't know. Like I think there's a lot to like about this setup. I think there's a whole lot to like. Mostly, I think probably the number one thing, I think this is super fucking fun. I think it's really fun to just do it this way. I don't know. There's something just really, and maybe it's because it's like new, and after a lot of years of playing fighting games a very specific way on gamepads or you know, joysticks. Do I feel that it's better on my hands? I guess so. I don't know. Like you know, the right hand is not that different from a fight stick, really. You know, because it's just your fingers on the buttons. This is very different from a joystick, but I don't know. I have not had. I've been lucky enough to not really have hand problems with gaming. And so I don't know. This feels nice. This feels very like relaxing. This feels like something you could do. What would be the right way to do this? Does anyone want to do some fighting? Anyone want to do some fights, some fizzites? What? Or should I just do casual match or what?
Casual match.
casual match. Let's do a custom room if someone wants to try to jump in here. Is there a... Are you in the club? Are people in the club, man? There's 2 clubs, but I guess that doesn't matter. You know, you can't have 2 clubs allowed access. But yes, we do have 2 clubs. We'll set a passcode. Let's do, I don't know, 9650. I played a couple of casual matches last night or the night before. Do I need to get into training before it will? It says awaiting. Oh, that's just me. That's me awaiting opponent, isn't it? I played against a couple of platinum players, which I don't know how high platinum is. If that's... I'm silver. I'm silver, but also I haven't played in a really long time, so I'm like a bad... I'm like not a good silver on top of just being a silver. I played against one, what's the guy? The dude with the cane, the final boss of the story mode dude. Whose name? Dr. J. JP, yeah. And he fucked me up real bad. But that was mostly because I don't know what the fuck JP can do, and I've never fought against a JP before. And then I played against a Zangief, and I actually... I won. We fought to... it was first to 3, I guess, is how it ended up going, because after I won 2 of them, he wanted to keep fighting. And then he ended up... It was 3-2, he ended up winning. But I won against a I fought against a platinum Zangief that was pretty good, and until he figured out the weaknesses in my shit and took me apart, I was able to get some wins in. Which was nice, you know. Again, like I have not played any online Street Fighter 6 in a long time, and also, you know, having a new freaking controller.
Here comes a new challenger.
Like I felt like I was not equipped for that fight, but ended up being okay.
All right, you ready? Round 1. Fight.
Oh yeah, see, it's just the temptation though is like, because all the buttons are fresh and new, I really find myself wanting to push them.
Round 2. Fight.
Oh. 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 Yeah, okay. Yeah, all right. Yep.
Fight. Round. Fight.
I'm doing that too much. It's not. Yeah, see that the thing I said I was doing too much of as I was doing it. Oops, that's... Okay. Oh boy. Yep. Nice.
Judy wins.
There's definitely like a, you know...
Here comes a new challenger.
You're thinking it through, right? Like there was a point in that last fight where I meant to crouch and accidentally jumped. Is what I'm talking about. There's just certain things that like, okay, like some of this is just going to take time. Yeah, okay. Ah, yep.
Round 2. Fight.
Well, that doesn't put me in the right range for that, huh? Yeah, and trying to do double, like trying to do supers. It is not happening for me reliably. So that's something I need to work on. I think I'm going too fast. Maybe I need to slow down the inputs a little bit.
Here comes a new challenger.
Oh, my fucking monitor. Hang on. Well, I don't know. Just beat the shit out of me, I guess. I don't know. I'm not going to play the preview window. This fucking HDR thing. So hang on. The microphone is moving away from me because of how I have to do this. Hang on. Ah! So I found out that this problem with this monitor occasionally just fucking losing signal during bright flashes in HDR moments is something that other people have been RMAing the monitors for. And I don't know if that's something... Oh, now this game is running at like an insanely low resolution because I had to move it over. Anyway, okay. Whatever. I'm ready to fight now. But it's like it's running at like 480p or something. It's like... Yeah, there's a certain amount of measured, I'd say, that I need to be with these inputs for some of the specials that I'm mashing out a little too fast. Like getting that to like the brah, brah, brah. This also really fucked up my OBS window too. Like just the size and shape of it. Let me try and get that fixed. Let's see if I can fix. Is there a way for me to? What can I do? Can I? Nope, that didn't do it. Let's see if it actually changed anything in the video. Well, shit, I'll have to leave the room. All right, I have to do this because it just is running at an insanely low resolution now. But maybe this is something I can fix. Oh, I wonder. Oh, wait. I didn't want to hit escape there. I wanted to.
Street Fighter 6.
Because it hides its settings in a different menu, right? It's in the start button menu. There. Yeah, the menus in this game are super bad. Does that lobby stay up and running? Can I rejoin it?
Online. Custom room.
You all left? Okay. All right. All right. Everybody left. Okay. Then I'll create a new one. Oh, okay. All right. It kept the passcode, so it's still 9650. But yes, so people are RMAing the monitors for that. And I should probably try to do that because they are getting monitors back that apparently don't do that, which is interesting.
A new challenge.
All right, let's see. Let's see how this goes.
All right, you ready?
Give me your best shot!
Round 1. Fight.
Oops. The knee.
Let's go. Round 2.
So the problem, yeah, there's a hotkey you can use to turn off HDR. I have it mapped to my Stream Deck as well. But doing it while streaming, in my experience, has been not great.
Luke wins.
I like HDR a lot. I think it's fucking neat. I like the way it looks. I like the way things look in HDR. When I was doing that first Descendant review, I decided to use NVIDIA's. I turned the NVIDIA overlay back on for whatever fucking reason. No, the reason is because they added AV1 support for recording. And I was like, oh, that might be cool to record some gameplay, and like now it's all AV1, and now it's like it'll be much lower bit rate and or rather more efficient. Oh boy. Okay, let me stop talking about it. Or maybe I should just keep talking. Maybe it doesn't matter. Oh god. HDR and an OLED. It's a winning combination. It was a winning combination for consoles a few years ago, and it's still good now. Jeez. Oops. Am I? Yeah. Yeah, so the thing I'll say is I would probably be losing this fight quite a bit on any controller. But having to think at this speed and translate it to this is really fucking hard. This is where it actually has gotten difficult, right? Of just like, oh my god. Like what am I trying to do? What do I need to do next? What do I need to do to fix this? And the answers are a little more like, okay, I need to think about this and hit this and all of that. And so that has been interesting.
Here comes a new
I just need, and if I punch these, if I hit them harder, is that going to work? Maybe that'll be the thing.
Simple and clean.
I'm sorry, what? Simple and what now? Okay. The other thing is that sometimes I worry because there are so many goddamn buttons on this thing that when I get like flummoxed, did I accidentally move my hands off of the 6 buttons I need to have them on? Oh. Yeah, well, you're out of meter now, dog. Now what? What's up with that? Oh, I see. Let's go, he says. At the end of the fight. Oh. It also doesn't help that some of these characters I don't think I've ever actually even had a fight against because it's been quite a long time since I've played. Ah, whatever. That's yeah. At least it came out. I'm happy that it came out. Why did I abandon Street Fighter 6? Because there's just other games coming out, you know? Like, there's just always other stuff happening, you know? And so sticking with one game for any length of time it becomes pretty difficult. You're gonna come down at any point? You're just gonna flap around in the air like a weirdo.
Not bad.
Round 2. Fight.
Coming in. Oh, you shouldn't have.
Yeah. He just wanted to have some fun.
Luke wins.
All right, we should do one more. And then... Yeah, why am I doing that? I guess that's the other thing. Is there's because it's all so new. There's an aspect of just like, is this gonna work? Can I hit this button? I can. Yeah, I can hit that button. Why is that? All right. Luke is exactly the type of guy to shout, "Let's go," when the thing is over. Why did I jump into that? I saw it moving, and I went like, "Yeah, I should get up and get some of that." Oh, jeez. Oh, oh. Yeah, that's about what I deserve. Nope. Not gonna happen for me.
After a fierce battle, the hero comes out on top.
Final round. Fight.
Take left, sword. Take left, take left, take left, take left.
Yeah, okay. Yep. Yeah, a little bit of that. Oh god, my body. Yeah, I can't do that in the air. All right, I am getting fucking all worked up here and brain no good, brain bad. Brain push all buttons at the same time. Rah. Nice. Good fights.
new challenger.
I have to push the right buttons and not push the wrong buttons, I think is how it works.
All right, you ready?
I want to have some fun. Yeah, see, that's... Just because I can do that doesn't mean I should. Just because I'm, like, stoked that the controller lets me throw those out there with such ease doesn't mean that I should let myself be taken for a ride that way. Oh, his long arms, this guy. You heard of this guy, Zangief? You heard of him? He's a grabber. That's what they call him. These types of guys in these types of games. He's a grabber. He grabs them. Oh, that still does. Ah.
No escape.
I'm in danger. See? Told you. Yeah, that's... Okay. Flailed real bad there at the end. Yeah, I when I'm rushing, like the grabber, I'm rushing these inputs on these quarter circles, and they're not coming out reliably. I need to slow it down. Yeah. I need to slow that down.
Luke wins. Round one. Fight.
See, that's a good example of I tried to push a thing and it didn't come out. And I think it's because I was just hitting the inputs too fast. There again. That should have been a fireball. Ooh. Yep. Yep. Boom. Jesus Christ. I just ate a zillion hits there in the middle of trying to do that. Oh. Yeah, that's dumb. I shouldn't do that. Like, hey, I spent this whole fight building up all this meter. How about I just throw it all away? You got to push the buttons. I love to push the buttons. Oh, that's the wall. That's bad for me. Yeah, no, there was no... I had nowhere to go there. Nice. All right. Time to get serious. Oh, I was pushing that, but not, I mean... Oh, did he just say... whatever. Yeah.
Round 2. Fight.
Oh, Jesus. I don't even... Yeah. At least he announces it before he finishes, you know? I like that about Zangief. He's a gentleman. Oh, jeez. That's bad for me.
This is your last ride. Let's go.
He took me for a ride. He wanted, like the song said, he wanted to take me for a ride. He did. Nice. Yeah, so like that's, I think the thing I'm figuring out here along with this stuff is like, I need to slow it down. Like you can't, there are moves that you can just fucking rattle out at full speed. And there are things that you kind of need to be a little more measured with. And your quarter circles and your double quarter circles are definitely that, where it wants to see those inputs. It wants to get a good look. It wants to check your papers on those inputs.
Here comes a new challenger.
And that, oh shit, this fucking monitor. Hang on. Again, welcome to, we'll be heading to 720p land here in a sec. I physically have to unplug the power from the monitor in order to get a signal out of it again. Like that's how fucked it is. And so the first thing it does after it finishes, okay, there. Okay, at that time we didn't lose. Okay, I am now ready to go. See, that's supposed to be another one of those, but I'm doing it a little too fast. You just keep drinking over there. All right. I just let that happen. That's fine. Oh, ah,
Round 2. Fight.
yeah, that's yeah. Okay.
Luke wins.
Yeah, it's Okay, that's see, that's and that's the. As soon as things go bad for me, I start entering the inputs fast again, and so like the minute I get flustered, I start doing these quarter circles too fast for the game. You know what I mean? Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Of course I'd win.
Round 2. Fight.
Staying measured. I mean, that's the goal regardless of input method, right? Is to not just start fucking up and panicking. Well, yeah. My amazing strategy of walk up and punch, not getting it done. Walk up and throw. Yeah, my amazing strategy of what if I stood there and burned all my meter in front of you. It's a good. I mean, it's a, you know, it's not a winning strategy, but it's a strategy. All right. If you're just joining us, I'm trying to get used to the nuances of a leverless controller. And yeah. I'm really enjoying it, but now that I'm facing people, it's definitely like okay, like you start to see where the gaps are, where the you know, almost strategic issues are in terms of like, oh, that like I am fucking up. And also like when I panic on a gamepad, I can usually still put it together. I can still get it back together. But when I panic here, I feel, like I said, it feels like my hands are on the wrong buttons during some of these fights. Like I'm like looking down going, wait a minute, like I'm getting the shit beat out of me. What is happening here? Like how, you know, and so there's just a comfort level, right? Oh boy. There was a lot of stuff coming my way all at once, one after another. And I was like, when will it be my turn to hit the buttons? The answer was never. Beast mode, baby. Oh, that's right. That has to be up close. He doesn't do beast mode from a distance. He's an up close beast moder. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, no, that's bad for me. Okay. Let's go. Let's go, Luke. Yes. Yes, Luke. Let's go. Oh, love to break the necks. Love to... It's probably not the most efficient thing to do with meter when you land that, but I love to do it just the same. Oh, God! You are kicking me so many times. Oh, that's bad for me. Yeah, no, you're hitting me a lot. You're hitting me a lot. You're still hitting me. Now I'm hitting other things. And then you... All right.
Chun-Li wins. Round 1. Fight.
Yeah. I probably could have answered with something better there. But the result ended up being okay that time. Oh! Love to crack the neck. Must crack the neck. Oh, Jesus. What do we think? Okay, sure. Boy. That's okay. Yeah, sure. I'm not stopping any of that. I did not stop any of that. She just used her feet to push me all the way across the screen until I was dead. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, that's what I get. Ah, that's bad. Yeah, okay. What if I just wanted to hear him say it. It's okay that it didn't hit. Oh, yeah, you got one of those. It'll go further, huh? I guess I have one of those, too. But you used it, and I didn't. And, yeah, nice. Now who's going beast mode? Baby?
Here comes a new challenger.
All right. Even the faces can be more jittery when I can mash these buttons like that.
Not good enough.
Oof. Ah, Oh, darn. I thought maybe I was going to pull that out at the very end.
Round 2. Fight.
Ah! Oh. Nope. Ah. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Let's do it for real now. Oh! That's too real. Okay. Yeah. Time to go to work indeed. Oh boy. That's bad for me. Yeah, yeah.
Real wins.
Okay.
Round 1.
Ah. I think the knowledge of there being different ways to do dragon punches now has actually really fucked up my head.
Round 2. Fight.
But thank you for jumping around so much.
Real wins.
Gave me every opportunity to suck less, but I could not put it together. But yeah, it's specifically the like I just need to like settle on a way that I'm going to do dragon punches, probably like double tapping down forward, and then worry about the rest later, you know. That's probably going to be the fastest, most efficient way for me to do it until I am, you know, doing other stuff. Do I think I'll continue to use this? I mean, yes. Yeah, I do. I like it a lot. It's really fun. Yes, beast mode, baby. At least I was in the right range for that this time. Boy.
Look at this body of iron. Fight round. Fight.
Oh, that was yeah. Okay, sure. Yeah, just put me in my place. My place is the corner. This is where I live now.
Zongia wins. Round 1. Fight. I'm coming.
Yeah, okay. That's what I deserve. Oh!
Round 2. Fight.
Oh, that's dumb. Why did I do that? What the? Ah, see. I do the opposite of whatever a hit confirm is. I'm the opposite of that.
Zongia wins.
If it lands, I'm stopping. But if they're blocking, you better believe I'm gonna mash out that whole fucking thing.
Here comes a new challenger.
It's that flash on the versus screen, the big boom, like that. It's bright, it's quick, bright flashes. Sometimes just disable the monitor. Yeah, yeah. Must break the rich man's neck. Oof. Oof. Very close. Very close.
Round 2. Fight.
Yeah. All right. Yep. Have we considered going beast mode, baby?
Loop.
And I think that once I've committed to that fucking target combo in any way, shape, or form, it doesn't matter when I stop it. They're always able to fucking... Like, there's no way out. If I've hit that button twice, I'm just fucked. They're always going to have something for me as soon as I stop.
I'm too good.
Round 2. Fight.
That's not... All right. Flailing with the buttons here. I'm hitting bad buttons. Those are much better. The buttons you pushed were much better than the ones I pushed. Okay. Now I'm just frozen. Yep. Frozen by the buttons. I can do his Dragon Punch after that fucking launcher, right? Is that the only thing that hits? Like you can, it's kind of a... I mean, this ain't Mortal Kombat.
Luke wins.
Let's try this again. Oh boy.
Here comes a new challenger.
Why you got to pick that Ryu? I don't know. Dude is cheap. He's got feet and hands. Oh, man.
Here comes a new challenger.
You heard of this guy? Russian guy. Sanctioned. Yeah, no, it's, all his assets are frozen, so all he can do is fight.
Show me everything you have.
Let me have some fun.
Let me have some fun. What a creep. Luke is such a fucking scumbag. He just looks like a groper. He looks like a guy that's in a bar and he's putting his hands where they don't belong, and then he's saying, like, into someone's ear, let me have some fun. Like, that's his opener. Luke sucks. He's a fucking scumbag. Luke's a big Drake fan.
Round 2. Fight.
Luke streams on Kick, is what I'm saying. He is coming for me. Zangief is always coming. That guy. He's got the gush.
Round 1. Fight.
But I want to punch. Oh boy. Yeah.
Look at this body of iron! Round 2. Fight! You're mine!
Oh boy. Yep. Yep. Luke is the type of guy that would say go to sleep when not doing a GTS. Ah, that's bad for me.
This is your last ride! Let's go!
Also, not a last ride.
Your retreat has Zongia wins!
He's a big man. He's a big man. Is this Ed? Is this the famous Ed? I don't know that I've ever fought against Ed.
Let's go. Ring the bell.
Everyone is saying let's go. At least he says it at the start of a thing. Oh, yeah. Ah, that's my face. Ed also looks like a real fucking dirtbag. Look at this fucking guy. Oh, yeah, that went right through me, huh? Okay. So is Ed meant to be like a young Bison clone or son of Bison or what? I at some point, there's just a certain number of characters that I did not keep up with storyline wise. A clone that gained the conscious? Okay. Yeah, sure. Uh-oh. Oh, man. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. He fucking just froze. I'm like, well, what should I do? I only need to get like one more hit in. What if I stood here and went da ba da until I lost the round? How about that? Yeah, just we just stand here and throw hands. Something will happen eventually. Probably not good for me. How about this though? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Not what I deserve, I guess. Oh, jeez.
Go to sleep. Oh, you shouldn't have. That's how it's done.
Round 2. Fight.
10 left. 10 left. 10 left. 10
Oh, he just wanted to go beast mode. He just wanted to go beast mode a little bit.
You're mine.
Final round. Fight.
Rising uppercut.
Yep.
10 left. 10 left. 10 left. Time's over. Never let the rest of
I mean, I think comboing into a super is gauche. Oh,
Good workout.
nice.
Hey, you're mine. 10 left. 10 left.
Yeah. The one time I'm like, maybe I will parry this one was the time he said, what if I walked in and threw this idiot? Like, yep. All right, good. Jesus. It's a little extreme. I don't know. Blowing me up like that. Okay.
Here comes a new challenger.
All right.
Round 1. Fight.
Yeah. Nope. Ah. Well. Okay.
Round 2.
All right. Ah. Jeez, come on. Okay. Whew.
Final round. Fight.
Right, that thing. I forgot all about that thing. Cammy, right? It's like, what if I did this crazy thing? Flipped at you. And you were like, what's going on? Oh, man, I got it. All right. Yeah, I mean, that's what I get. Yeah, that's good. Yep. That's what I get. That's what I get jumping at you. You know?
Round 1. Fight.
Okay. Okay. All right. Seems like there's more I could do off of that I am just fucking up and doing a dragon punch there, but yay. I just wanted to do beast mode, baby. Oh. Oh well. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Yeah. You know it. I want to go beast mode, baby. I'd make no bones about it. I don't apologize for it. I will not apologize for going beast mode, baby. Never. Never in my life. Oh, right. That thing does that. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Round 2. Fight.
Oh, that was what I was trying to push. Beast mode, baby. Ah! Yep. Couldn't get it done. Couldn't get it done. Yep. Yeah, I'm making mistakes, you know. I'm overcommitting. It's all the same shit that I always do, though. At the end of the day, like, it's overcommitting and hitting too many buttons when I love to hit buttons. I love to hit buttons. At the end of the day, I love to hit buttons. I love to hit the buttons. All right. Well, is that everybody for now? Looks like it might be. All right, let's do this one. Yeah, drive rushes. Be honest with you, I don't remember what the fuck I mean, is the drive the. I don't remember what a drive rush is, or how to do it rather. That's when you are canceling out of a thing into a like and jutting forward, right? A little like, but I don't remember how it's done, and so trying to work that into my game when I'm trying to work so many other things into my game. It's dash out of a parry, is that what it is? Yeah. Yeah. See, now I'm thinking about that.
Round 2. Fight.
Yeah, okay, yep. Yep. Ate me up. Nice.
Honda wins. Round 1.
Yeah, I remember watching Evo last year and watching all of the constant drive rushes that were happening there and being like, oh, geez, that's the game, huh? But yeah, it's just not something like it's just not a second nature thing for me, especially changing controllers like this. So I'm not even sure where I would work it in. I just need to spend time figuring out like, okay, when do I do it? Why do I do it? What do I do afterwards? Like all that shit. So I just haven't. That's just not work I have done. Yeah, give me a big squeeze. Yeah, not coming out. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm fucking up bad. Fucking up bad here.
Wrap this up. Too slow. Stay. Too good.
Honda wins.
All right. Maybe we'll make this the last one.
Here comes a new challenger.
Rah, 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 rah. That's what Luke says.
The top player
Round 1.
Ah, man. Sometimes you get locked in on a thing you want to do, and then it doesn't come out, and you sit there and try and do it for a while longer, even though it's not the thing you need to do at that moment anymore, and you're just like fucking fucked. And now I'm hitting all the bad buttons. Okay. Yeah, well, at least I did the uppercut. After 20 seconds of going, ah! Okay.
Round 2. Fight.
Yep. Yeah, okay.
Jamie
Whew.
wins. Round 1. Fight.
What if I were to kick you in the face? What about that? Okay. All right. Yeah, well, you took chip damage at least. Oh, man. Man. All right. Cool. No, it's I guess I would say I feel like I'm making the same like bad judgment calls or the same mistakes in fights that I was making with any other controller. And so like, but there's an element of panic that sets in when shit starts going bad, where it's just like the buttons just don't feel like I feel like I'm. Yeah, take that. I'll kick you. And then do this and you'll block it, and that'll be fun. But okay. Does it feel easier to react and correct mistakes? I don't know. Like maybe, but my primary mistake in this and any other game is I overcommit all the time. So the mistakes I'm making are hitting too many buttons, I guess, if that makes any sense. And so by the time the mistake has happened, it's like we're well past the point of reacting out of it. And so a big part of what I would need to change to get better at fighting games, other than just like, I mean, time is the thing, right? It's like, hey, how dedicated are you willing to be to it? And the answer is like, you kind of have to, you kind of got to go in, right? But yes, I overcommit to these strings on block. Like I'm not, like I said, the opposite of hit confirming, where like when they block, I keep going And there are a lot of times when I land the first hit and then drop it because I, like, for whatever reason, go like, oh, they blocked it, or, you know, like I'm expecting them to block, and so I'm pre giving up. It's the opposite of hit confirm, where I'm making the decision before the first hit has landed or not as to what I'm gonna do. You know, my brain is like, it's too fast, baby. My brain is too far ahead of the action. Or something. And so I'm not reacting. I am just fucking like, I get it in my head. I want to do this thing, and then I start doing it, regardless of it succeeds or fails. I commit to it. If that makes any sense. And that's a bad way to play. Like, if you want to have any level of like, you know, like larger success, like I think that's a fine way to play up until where I'm at, you know, like silver, gold, somewhere around there, right? But like past a certain point, players that actually react to what's going on the screen are going to fucking eat me alive. Oh, let's see here. This would be a good opportunity to like remap controls, because these buttons are in a really nice Neo Geo joystick configuration. It's got the right slope to it. So really you would want to go A, B, C, D, but I'm not gonna do that right now. And so I think it'll go A, B, C, D. I think is how it works. I think my favorite way that this game acts is right here when you are fighting swordless mirror match here. Like it will counter you every single fucking time, unless you're doing specials. So there I was able to do half circle back forward and then A with it. Like I wasn't getting it to come out every single time, but look at the spacing, look at everything. If I attack, it attacks, and it'll eventually close the gap on that in a way that will fucks you over. But like, it will not block specials because he doesn't have a sword. The AI in this game is a trip. There, got it out first try. It's not like a super hard input, but you know, like that. You see what I mean? It's so funny. But the AI will just eat this sort of stuff up all day. Oh God, the blood. All creature will die and all the things will be broken. That's the law of samurai. I hope that whatever game Ubisoft is making. Wait. Oh, wait a minute. You know why that was Jesus Christ. So I have these controls mapped super fucking weird. Hang on. Hang on. I was playing as both characters there. Mapped port 2, mapped port 1. Because it did a 10-second countdown after that fight. Controls. Yeah, port 1 is set to port 1, port 2 is set to port 2, but like, okay, so RetroArch level input. You know what, I might have things set up. Yeah. No reservation. Device index. So this is, I have, yeah, so right now I have it set up to reserve, player 1 for my DualSense Edge, and so that's what was happening. It was still setting it to player 1 because that controller wasn't present, but it was also mapping it to player 2. Weird. Okay, so now that I've fixed that, no reservation. If I quit and relaunch, that's stupid. I was just like, man, I don't remember the AI in Samurai Showdown being this fucking weird. Turns out I was fucking fighting myself. The ultimate fucking mirror match, man. It doesn't get any fucking crazier than that. Jesus. All right. That's also why I was putting in so many quarters when I was hitting the coin button, because it's putting in 3 at a time for whatever reason. Is this still going to be a... Yeah, it just took 2 credits, so it's still... Yeah, you see it's 1 and 2 moving there at the same time. Why is that happening? What did I set? What weird fucking thing did I do? This should be 2. Okay, yeah. So, there. The physical controller should be controller 2, which doesn't exist. And then this should be what is set as controller 1 right now. Okay. There. That should do it. I thought it was being all slick setting that DualSense Edge reservation thing when they added that functionality. But now that I'm changing controllers to another controller, it's fucking crazy. So yeah, there we go. That's more like it. Okay. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Time has passed since the last trouble. Now that's more like it. Getting destroyed by earthquake. So let's see if we... Oh, well, I lost meter. So that's going to be a problem, right? Like that's going to be a thing that Street Fighter 6's input shortcuts will fuck you up in every other game, right? Because I can't just fucking go bop bop to do dragon punches here. Like I can still hold back and then tap forward to do these back dashes because that's just a, you know, that's doing the regular inputs and all that stuff, but like okay. But yeah, a game with more strict real inputs are gonna be, you know, is not gonna that they ain't gonna fucking truck with that shit. All right, I don't know what the fuck just happened to me, man, but like when I was hitting the buttons there for that final hit in that round, everything got weird. I thought there was an actual earthquake happening for a second there. Like I got dizzy. That's weird. All right, I'm fine. Yeah, this isn't. Yeah, I've got it out first try a couple times, but it definitely takes a little work. It's too hot, Bryn. Yeah, it's. We've had a relatively cool week. Like it's only been in the mid 80s, or like it was 88. But next week is going to be more like 97. Takes a little thinking. It definitely takes a little thinking to, especially games like that I've been playing for a very long time, you know? And not that I'm like an amazing Samurai Showdown 2 player, but, you know, I'm all right. Yeah, I don't, you know, maybe the answer here is to, you know, I should select this with the, no, because I can't type because my keyboard is all up and out of the way. So it'll probably be faster to just do this. So what the fuck is this like? Yeah, this is interesting, but I don't know that I need this. All right, so that's, you know, that's doable. But like, what about a real game? You know, what about like a fucking, what about a hardcore video game? Oh, wrong one. This is kind of how this game would, you know, you would probably play this game on a keyboard. Is it weird that this feels weirdly better? Is it weird that I feel like I'm a little more in control of Mario in this game than I was with the gamepad? Is that strange? Like the momentum is still broken and insane. Was shipping high for this? No, it wasn't. I can look real quick and tell you exactly what I paid. Yeah, like that. Those are moves I would not try before, like jumping all the way over that and landing on. Like this is, huh? Ugh. So what I would be interested in doing is turning off any of the SOCD cleaning stuff, and seeing which games get really broken when you hit left and right at the same time. You know what I mean? I'm playing CDI games with a leverless controller. Yeah. Well, you know, what are we doing? Why are we playing real fucking fighting games? Why are we wasting our time with all this other bullshit when we could be doing what really matters? Oh, tell me this is going to work. Okay. Oh, I don't have the patience. I'm sorry. I don't have the patience to like go through and fucking deal with YouTube's bullshit for the White Zombie soundtrack. I'm sorry. We're only going to play this for like 10 seconds anyway, so oh. Shaky Jake. I guess this would require some controller mapping. Because the 3DO had 3 buttons on the face. The emulator seems to map the pause button to Y. But I also need the shoulder buttons, which would probably be mapped over here somewhere. The inputs in this game are fucked. The inputs in this game are straight up fucked, man. I remember getting this game when it came out. I remember they sent it to us, at the magazine I was working at the time, and I had like a list of the finishing moves and all that stuff, and trying to figure out how the fuck you were supposed to do that stuff, because you have to like do it during a dash, like you have to do a dash and then do an input or whatever the fuck it was. Like the fatality stuff in that game is so broken, or just like so difficult and specific and fucked that it was crazy. Gonna need button check for this. Oh, I can turn the sound back up.
I'm Jackie Chan. This is my game.
He's Jackie Chan. This is his game. Was Thorsten the one that was the most broken? Not that it mattered. Whoever is under this dragon costume is giving Thorsten the business. Who can it be? I don't know. Somebody, a stone cold murderer. We'll never know. We'll never know.
Good fight.
Good fight. Yeah, the attacks come out. You can just kind of and get things to happen. This game's perfect. There's never been a better fighting game. There are other games that are as good as this one, but there's never been a better fighting game. Ah, raw. Anyway. This thing's cool. I like it a lot. I guess like, but I'm only gonna hook it up when I'm playing fighting games though. Like it's not something I'm gonna leave hooked up for like every old game I'm trying to play or anything like that. I mean, maybe if I want to go through like the learning curve a little bit faster, maybe that would be a smart move. But yeah, it's fucking neat. It's a cool device. It is a lot of fun to use. Let me tell you. Let me see if I can figure out exactly how much I paid. But it's the when you look it up, when you go to their website, and you end up on AliExpress. Which is their official store. Which always gives me some pause of just like, this seems sketchy. But everything I will say, everything I've ordered from there has shown up quickly and has been basically exactly as advertised. If it's a weird bootleg transformer, then it shows up and you're like, yeah, this is a weird bootleg. These are weird bootleg transformers. So I paid $130.17 for that thing. They're on Amazon for like $160. But also the shipping times were just as bad, if not worse, than the shipping times listed on AliExpress, and AliExpress actually beat the shipping estimate by about a week. And it's one of those things where all the stores that are selling it on Amazon are all just like someone just mashed a keyboard to name their store. Because it's just, it is the exact same, yo, check it out. Do you want something from China? But like, maybe they'll have some in stock near you. But like I said, when I was looking on Amazon, like if it had been overnight, if it had been like, hey, you will get this tomorrow, and you have to pay an extra $30 for it, I might have just done that. But like for me, the shipping estimates on Amazon were just as bad. My Mr. Do t-shirt came off AliExpress. It was $18. And I bought a weird fucking Chinese Amazon streaming box, which is like, that's always the sketchiest thing where you're like, all right, I'm going to hook this thing up to my network and well, we'll see whatever. But that's there you go. That's the extent of my AliExpress purchases that I think I've ever made. Maybe I bought one more thing years ago or something, but this is, I bought a bootleg Soundwave off of AliExpress at some point. Or was that some weird dark web? I don't know. Anyway. But the cool thing about that Amazon, the Android streaming box is like the first thing you do with it is you format it. The first thing you do with it is we go like, okay, let's put Core Elec onto this. So, and then we'll connect to the Plex server that way and all of that other stuff. But yeah, AliExpress is fucking, it is some crazy shit. It is some wild shit. It is the same way that, like, you know, when I used to fucking actually get on the dark web and look for bootleg fucking shoes and all this other shit, like AliExpress is just like we're just shrugging and selling it to you, like fucking whatever. Here it is. It doesn't need to be on the dark web. We take PayPal, you know? Okay. So yeah, Rev408 says that, that they are on Amazon for overnight delivery for $160. So that's cool. So weigh that out. You know, I guess for me after taxes and stuff like that, it was $130 for the old for this bad boy. Which I like it a lot. I'm really, I was hoping to enjoy it, but I like it. It feels real good. It feels real good, and it's nice, and yeah, it is a thin, easy to travel with device. If you are bringing things like this to other places, like that seems kind of cool. Though I always liked those fight sticks where you could unscrew the stick and take it places. That I thought that was kind of rad. So maybe that's more your speed, but like I don't know, man. I was not expecting to like fall in love with it, and you know, I was like, well, you know, I'll get one and mess with it and talk about it on the podcast and whatever. But like I'm like, I am enthusiastic about this as a concept, and I actually like this device because it is fucking well-made metal and it feels good, and it uses this open source firmware that is, you know, getting updated seemingly all the time, and that's pretty awesome. Like, you hold down start while you're plugging it in, and then you connect to it with a web browser. How's the weight? It's substantial. Like, it's not gonna. It's you could fucking fuck somebody up with this thing if you were hitting them with it. If you brought this to a hardcore match, you would not hit someone in the head with it unless it was Jack Perry. But it would, like, I don't know the exact weight of it, but it's fucked. If you hit someone with it, it would probably not break. And yeah, it's got rubber feet on it, and the rubber feet are just ever so slightly off, so when I'm on a super flat surface, it'll rock back and forth a little bit. You know, and a lot of things with rubber feet are fucked up that way, but if we're just talking about things about it that are weird, that is kind of the only thing. I'm really, yeah, I don't know. I expected it to be janky in a ton of different ways, just by virtue of it being like, hey, this is our official store. It's on AliExpress. Like, oh, okay. But I'm really happy with it. I'm really, really happy with it. It's just a fascinating change for how I've thought about fighting games for a long time. Does it have hot swappable switches? I think so. If you look on their site, they've got more stuff. Like they've got pictures of, or if it's not their site, then it's like one of their AliExpress shops. That they show switches and I assume you could maybe get in there and replace it. I think if you're going down that road, then maybe this is a good place to start from, but also, you know, maybe you'd be more satisfied building your own. I don't know what the, you know, like that's probably a bigger, you know, that's an undertaking if you're not already set up to build your own. But I like this thing because it's nice and thin metal. I didn't want a big hollow feeling acrylic box. That was kind of one of the things I found attractive about the Razer Leverless is like, okay, this is like a compact, flat, fucking substantial thing. And this feels like that. This is a substantial device. I didn't want just like, hey, you bought some acrylic boxes and cut some buttonholes in them and it feels like a hollow, lightweight thing, or you could put a weight in it, but like I love that this thing is super low profile and just small and nice. I have not uploaded a custom logo to it yet, mostly because I just haven't had time to make a logo or find like. I was looking for like, is there a website somewhere with a bunch of places to just download a bunch of logos? Because maybe I would just grab one of those. And there was a link to their Discord that was broken, so I stopped just short of joining the, I guess, the Cosmo X. They've rebranded, maybe. They've rebranded as Cosmo X, but it is still Haute42.com, HAUTE42.com. The 311 logo? Yeah, that would be good. The 311 logo, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, the box I got has both. Well, it says Cosmo X Gaming on it, I guess. So I don't know if you can even see that. But their website, it looks like they are attempting to, whether it's rebrand or just like use that brand more often or whatever. But you may see it, especially if you're upgrading the firmware, you may see it referred to as Cosmo X when you're downloading the appropriate firmware or something. But yeah, I don't know. I'm really stoked on it. Like way more than I thought I would be. Again, I thought it was something that I was just going to get and like fool around with because I wanted to know more about it. And I'm like, I'm not fool around with this. The price is right for me to fuck around with it. And maybe it'll be really awesome for rhythm games. And I wasn't really thinking of it as something that I would want to use for fighting games going forward. But that's kind of where I'm at now, is like, this is when I want to play a fighting game, I will probably hook this thing up. And that's, I don't necessarily think it's for everyone. Like, I understand, but like, I guess I adapted to it much more quickly than I thought I would. I'm not perfect with it yet, but I'm not perfect with anything, right? Like I'm not a great fighting game player by modern standards, like at all. So I don't know. Like but I feel like I am close to the skill level that I am expecting out of myself with this thing plugged in. Like I said, like when we were playing Street Fighter, it was definitely that feeling of like panicking in a fight and having everything like my left hand just not knowing what to do in the middle of panicking. So there's obviously like more practice to be done there to kind of get over that hump, but we'll see. I don't know. I always tell myself it'd be great to get, better at fighting games, but honestly, it's a time thing. And as long as I have been doing this as as long as this has been my job, I have to move from game to game to game. And so even the games I love, it's really hard to spend a ton of time with them, or as much time as I would like in some cases. And so even the games I like, I have to move on from a lot of the time. And I guess I don't have to. I mean, like I kind of do what I want now. But yeah, it's hard for me to stick with one game long enough and get like really good at it or anything like that. It's just not. It's just not how I'm wired. I'm wired to move on to the next thing, and that's just kind of how I've always been. Do I own a Novint Falcon? Yeah, I do. It's out in the garage. It's got the gun attachment on it. I also have the ball. The ball has some buttons on the top of it. I don't have a power supply for it, but yes, I do have a Novint Falcon. Just got to get the right attachments for it. Anyway, I'm gonna get going. We'll come back Friday and we'll rank some 8-bit Nintendo games, and that'll be a good time. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Doing some old fighting games. This was fun. I'm really emphatic about that fucking thing. I did not expect that, and I don't feel like I get this way, especially about fucking controllers, But like, man, it's just fun. It's just fun to use that fucking thing. If you've been on the fence about it and you like the idea, I think you should try it out if you can. If you can try it out without spending any money, I'd say fucking go for it. But for me, the price of this was low enough at $130, especially seeing when Razer came out and started fucking charging $300 for their thing. I was just like, man, that's too much money. But like, and then seeing like, what is it, like Victrix or whatever makes one, but it's this giant bulky thing. And I don't need more giant bulky fucking things. I got the fucking Mad Cats over there. I don't ever hook it up. It's right there, but I don't ever hook it up over here when I'm playing fighting games because it's big and I got to clear even more space on the desk. Like, this is convenient. And they even make a smaller one if you're, if that's your fucking speed. I like this size of this. As far as the buttons, someone was asking about the buttons, and I don't know, like, I think it'll be like if I ever got into macros or something, maybe these buttons would come in handy. I like having this button here. I know some manufacturers make a 13 button that has the kind of standard up button placement down here, as well as your kind of cheaty alternate up here. And honestly, I think that would be perfect for me. If I could get this exact controller with 13 buttons instead of 12 or 16, that would probably be the sweet spot for me, because I don't necessarily need these 3 buttons. But you can just map them to nothing, And so that's what I've done, is I mapped this one to nothing because sometimes I might hit it by accident when I'm up here hitting these 6. So yeah, I don't know, man. I don't normally get that way about damn near anything. So it's like, it's kind of awesome. Like I'm really surprised. I'm really, really surprised by how fucking cool this thing is. Could you play on a docked Steam Deck? It's X input, it's D input, it's all the standard inputs. It'll hook up to a Nintendo Switch if you want to. You can jump through some hoops to hook it up to other consoles as well. But yes, it's just a USB device, so it should just wire right up to a Steam Deck and work. As long as you've got it set on it, you know. But I'm. It's fucking cool. It's a cool device. It makes me want to play more fighting games. So maybe we'll do that. I don't know. I'm gonna get going. It won't work on it. So it won't work on it. So I don't have time. I gotta go. But it has this alternate USB port. If you take an Xbox controller and plug it in here, it will use that to authenticate. And so you can apparently, and I have not tried it. To be fair, I have not tried it, but supposedly that is the way to get this working on an Xbox. Is you have to feed it a decoy controller. Same with the PlayStation. You can plug a PS4 controller or a PS5 controller in here to get it to work. But in that case, you can also you could rip the firmware out of a PS4 controller and just apply those codes, or you could buy a dongle for $30 that acts like it's a PS4 or PS5 controller if you want to go that route too. So they have some more options for PlayStation controllers, but for Xbox, you have to use a real Xbox controller. But you can use apparently you can use a real PS4 controller to do it, and I think a real PS5 controller. But either way, on AliExpress, they also sell a dongle for PS4 and PS5 compatibility that you plug into that port, and it's like $30. And I will probably buy one of those just for the fuck of it. Anyway, we'll be back on Friday. We'll do some stuff then. I'll see you.